Hello, a very good afternoon to all of you, my dear friends. I am Gaurav Gupta and I welcome all of you once again to the YouTube channel of BYJU'S Exam Prep. So, friends, here we are once again in front of you with a wonderful session on data interpretation that these type of questions are asked definitely in CMAT examinations. And here I am in front of you uh, with the with the previous year questions, the questions that have appeared in previous year papers of CMAT. So we'll be solving some of these questions, and definitely I'll be teaching you some more techniques using which you will be able to save plenty of your time while solving the questions of data interpretation in your CMAT examination. So before I'll start, let's quickly have a tech check. So Kush, good afternoon. Hello. So can you please confirm if I'm audible and visible to all of you? So come on, people, those who are there in the session, give me a yes. Just post yes in the chat box so that I have a confirmation that I am audible and visible to all of you. Come on. So quickly give me a yes. Hello, sweetie. Good afternoon. A very good afternoon to all of you. All right. So, friends, after conducting so many sessions on CMAT, on different areas, so here we are in one more session for all of you on data interpretation. Yes, I have selected some of the questions that have appeared in previous year papers of CMAT. That will give you a clear picture. That will give you an exact picture of the level of difficulty and the type of question that may appear in this year's CMAT examination. All right. Okay, so wonderful. Vedangi, Dheeraj, Prateek, Sweetie. Yes, so welcome to all of you in this live session where I'll be taking on questions of data interpretation. So, my agenda will be first of all, I'll be telling you uh, a few things that you must remember in order to save that precious time at the time of the examination. So during examination, we cannot afford to spend lots of times during the calculations. Okay, so I'll be telling you one particular thing using which you will be able to save 15 to 20 seconds on each of these questions. Maybe like half a minute or 45 seconds can also be saved if you understand some of the tricks that I'll be going to tell you today. Okay. uh okay, so Kush, you have a doubt? Just have some doubt. Just like for testnet students, you conduct too much classes, really helpful after 26. Yes, Kush, definitely. So Kush is saying that for testnet examination, we are conducting so many classes. Now, Kush, we are conducting so many classes for testnet examination because testnet is going to happen on 26th of February. The date is decided and the date is near as well. All right. Now, definitely, I assure you, definitely will be conducting plenty of sessions for CMAT as well. Once the date is confirmed and like will be nearing to the examination of CMAT. Definitely lots of sessions like last lap to testnet is being conducted. So last lap to CMAT and plenty of sessions will be there in the month of March. All right. So please wait and watch all these sessions. Okay. So let's start this session, my dear friends. In this, since I have taken exact questions from CMAT 2022, I must tell you uh, one of the peculiar things that is followed in the questions of data interpretation in CMAT is in CMAT, you will find independent questions of data interpretation. So there will not be a set of two questions or three questions or four questions. So in the last few years, when I see the paper of CMAT, so I have seen independent questions of data interpretation. So a set is given to you, followed by only one question that is related to that particular set. Okay. Now, my dear friends, what I can say is it is also fine if you'll be attempting these questions, okay? Because all the questions that I've taken from last 4 to 5 years, all these questions does not require a lot of calculations, and all these questions can be taken care of in less than a minute. and CMAT examination gives us plenty of time, more than 1 minute on an average, to be spent on each question. So yes, definitely we must attempt the questions of data interpretation, whatever is there in front of us, because the level of difficulty of these questions and the intensity of calculations in these questions is way too less. All right. Okay. So before I switch to the questions, let us look at some or one of the calculation technique or one of the things that you must remember in order to save your time during the examination. Okay. Now, one thing you all must have seen at the time of percentages. So there is something called percentage equivalence of fractions or reciprocal to percentages. Okay. So there are some fractions for which if you will remember their percentage equivalents, then you will be able to perform these calculations in much faster way. Now, almost every question of data interpretation is based on percentages. Okay. So if you can do a little bit of homework, it will not take more than half an hour or 45 minutes, and a constant revision of these numbers, so that you will be able to remember all these numbers, all these fractions at the time of examination. So what you can do is you can make a chart of these percentage equivalents of fractions, all right, and just memorize it to start with. And later on, every third or fourth day, you can just have a look at these numbers, so that you will be able to memorize all these numbers. So basically, if any fraction, if I talk about any fraction like 1 by 2, I can say that 1 by 2 or half of any number can be also written as 50% of that number. Okay, similarly 1 by 4 is 25%, 1 by 8 is 12.5%, 1 by 16 is 6.25%. All right. So if let's say in the examination you have a calculation in front of you, which is like 3 upon 48 into 100, you have to calculate 3 is what percentage of 48. So no need to write this part. You may just write 3 upon 48, convert it in the simplest form, that is 1 upon 16, and you can directly write it as 6.25. So there is no need to divide 100 by 16. All right. Okay. Kush, you are asking which subjects do I teach for CMAT? So other than verbal ability and general knowledge, I can teach the other subjects. I teach quant, I teach logical reasoning, and I teach data interpretation as well. All right. So these are the three subjects that I teach. Okay. All right. So this is this percentage equivalence of fraction becomes very important when it comes to saving a good amount of time at the time of calculations. Okay. Now remembering these fractions may also help you directly in the questions of quantitative ability as well. Okay. So here are some important fractions that I have written for all of you, which are frequently used in the examinations. So this is one set of fractions. So 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 8, 1 by 16, you can copy all of them. And then 1 by 3, 1 by 6, 1 by 12, 1 by 24, you can remember all of them. The next set is 1 by 5, 1 by 10, 1 by 20, and 1 by 15. All right. Okay. Now the next set of fractions, which are not very frequently used, but they may be used. So they are rarely used, but if you can remember this set of fractions as well, then it will be wonderful thing for all of you. So I'll just mark a few very important fractions. So 1 by 7 and 1 by 14. These two are very important. Now you can just remember 1 by 7. So I'm saying that if 1 by 7 is 14.28%, then 1 by 14 will be half of that. So half of 14.28 will be 7.14. So there is no need to memorize 1 by 14 if you already remember 1 by 7. So 1 by 7 is 14.28. 1 by 14 will be half of that. All right. So these two are frequently used. Yes. Then 1 by 9 and 1 by 11. This is an important set of fractions. Okay. So 1 by 9 is 11.11 and 1 by 11 is 9.09. You can remember these two together. 1 by 9 is 11.11 and 1 by 11 is 9.09. All right. So please do remember these fractions. Okay. Now, other than like 1 by 7, 1 by 14, 1 by 9, and 1 by 11 on this page, the other fractions are rarely used, but it is always good to remember. It is always good to keep all these numbers in your mind, because you never know which fraction will be used in which question. All right. So go for this. All right. Okay. Now, meanwhile, Ritik is asking, sir, I am a final year student and my university exam is in April. So should I give the exam of CMAT 2022 or not? Please help me. So, Ritik, since you'll be graduating this year, so yes, you must take CMAT 2022 examination if you are well prepared. Okay. And because like using this examination, you will be able to take admissions this year only. So you are graduating this year, you can start with your post graduation this year only. All right. Okay. Now friends, let's jump to the questions. So let's have a look at the questions. Now what I want all the students who are there in front of me, who are there attending this lecture, must take an active participation and solve the questions that will appear on the screen and post their answer in the chat box. Okay, so let's see how fast you people are. Okay, so the first question on your screen now. Remember, all these questions are very easy. Okay, so just have a look at the data and quickly give me an answer. Now, the following pie chart indicates the monthly domestic budget of a family. So, pie chart is divided in 6 parameters A, B, C, D, E, F. Percentages of 5 of the parameters are given, and F, which is savings, the percentage is not given. So, I can easily calculate the percentage breakup of F, because this pie chart will contain a total of 100 percentage. Okay. Now, looking at the question, you can easily find the monthly income of the family, the total monthly income of the family. All right, Kush and Sweetie have already given the answers. Come on, people, come on, respond. Try to solve this. This is an easy question. And if you'll be solving all these questions during this lecture, then that will help you in building up your speed as well. So make sure that you are solving each and every question. If you are unable to get the answer, at least you are giving it a try, and you are making most of this time that you are spending in watching this lecture. Ritik, good, wonderful. All right. So let's have a quick look at this question and see how easy it was. Now, if I'll add up the percentage points of A, B, C, D, and E, so 20 and 20, 40. Okay, 20 and 20. So look at the way I'm doing the additions as well. 20 and 20 is 40. Now this part and this part, 12 and 18 will be 30. So 40 plus 30 is 70. Okay, 70 plus 15 is 85. So A, B, C, D, E, and A, B, C, D and E already covers 85 percentage. So the percentage breakup for F will be 15 percentage. All right, and that is the saving part. Now they're saying that if the monthly saving of the family is 4,500, so that means 15% of total income corresponds to 4,500. So what will be the total income? Okay, so if 15% corresponds to 4,500, you can also write 15 percentage of the income is equal to 4,500. So from here you can find out the income, that will be 30,000. So 30,000 will be the income, and the correct answer will be option B. And yes, Kush, Sweetie, Ritik, Gaurav, Anush, Satyasai, Pratiksha, all of you have given a wonderful answer. Good. Okay. Now, in case you don't want to write all these things, definitely you can see that saving, which is 15%, saving, which is 15% corresponds 4,500. 15% corresponds 4,500. So 100% will correspond to 30,000. So how I can write it very quickly? Now 15 to 4,500. So 15 corresponds to 4,500. So it is basically 300 times. 15 into 300 is 4,500. So 100% will correspond to 100 into 300, that is 30,000. Okay, I'm just using the unitary method, nothing more than that. Okay, also remember one thing, in order to save those 5 seconds or 10 seconds, what you can do is, with a good amount of practice, you will be able to save plenty of time when it comes to rough work using the rough sheet. Okay, now generally some students are habitual of writing each and everything on the rough sheet as if we are getting we are having step marking in this examination. No, my dear friends, we don't have step marking. Obviously the final answer is what that matters. So it's always better to save some time while doing rough work by writing as much less as possible. Okay, but that can be undertaken only when you have good amount of practice. You are not habitual of like eliminating steps, then don't use it. So with due practice you'll be able to save this particular amount of time. All right, now let's move on to the next question. Okay, so this is the next question. So quickly read this data and give me an answer as soon as possible. Let's see who will be the first person who will post the answer, who will post the correct answer. The first person who will post the correct answer. Let's see. Come on, people. Already you have taken a lot of time. All right, again, Kush this time is the first one to post the answer. Wonderful. Anyone else? Ritik, good. Pratiksha, Sweetie, Kush once again. So please don't like post duplicate answers. Okay, just post it once. I am seeing all your responses. Gaurav has already given the answer. Ritesh, lovely people, lovely. Now we need to save a lot of time here. Okay, fine. So question says that in year 2020, production of sugar by 6 major productions A to F of India are shown in the table. Now, I'm not reading these values in the table. I can see that there are A, B, C, D, E, F, April, May, June, July, August, and so many numbers. Okay, don't look at these numbers. Just directly go to the question. So, what was the approximate percentage decrease in sugar production, fine, of unit B? So, basically, they're talking about unit B in June as compared to April. सो जून को अप्रैल से कंपेयर करना है. सो द ओरिजिनल वैल्यू इज 180 and the new value is 160 and we have to find out the percentage decrease. Now careful, Satya Sai, careful. Percentage decrease is what we have to find out. So percentage decrease is change or decrease upon initial value. So percentage decrease is equal to decrease divided by initial value multiplied by 100. Now, as I've told you, I rarely write multiply by 100. So just convert this value in fractions. So decrease upon initial value. So what is the decrease here? There is a decrease of 20 over the initial value of 180. Now, if you'll simplify, you will get 1 by 9. Now 1 by 9. Now my dear friends, if you remember the percentage equivalent of 1 by 9 that I have told you earlier. So 1 by 9 is 11.11. Alright. So now you can post the answer 11.11. So 1 by 9 is 11.11. And in the question they already have mentioned the word approximately. Okay. So you can safely mark your answer as 11%. Okay. Now this is the beauty of remembering the percentage equivalence of fractions. Okay, I got 1 by 9. I remember what was 1 by 9. It was 11.11 and I can straight away mark the answer. All right. Good, Pratik. Tejasvi, your answer was also correct. Nice. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Again, be careful. Okay, just look at what is being asked and then do the calculations as per the question. Okay, fine. So let's move on to the next question. A pie chart is given to you, a very easy question. See, this is the level of difficulty that we have seen in CMAT over the previous years. Now, each and every question will be doable. Just the question that how much time you are taking, how much time you're spending on each and every question. This is very important. So come on, just quickly solve it. All right, Ritesh has given one answer. Gourav has given another answer. Good, good, everyone. Come on, people. You'll not find an easier question than this. Okay, so Ritik, Sweetie, nice. My God, I am getting different set of answers. So Ritesh says option A, Gaurav, Ritik, and Sweetie says option B, and Anush says option C. Okay, now I don't know why, like what mistake you people are doing in this question. The question says that study the pie chart and answer the question that follows. Note the value of exports represents the angle corresponding to each country in the pie chart. So value is represented by the angle in this pie chart. Okay, so this is the angle. All right. Now the question is the ratio of the value of exports between the total exports of USA and Japan to the total exports of Australia and France. So in numerator, we'll put USA and Japan. So USA and Japan, which is 54 plus 45, 54 plus 45, and that will be 99. Okay, this is for USA and Japan. And in the denominator, I'll put Australia and France. So Australia is 18 and France is 27. So 18 plus 27. Now 18 plus 27, how much it is? It is 45. Okay. Now, what I'll do is definitely I'll cancel 9 from numerator and denominator. So this will become 11 and this will become 5. So yes, the correct answer should be 11 is to 5, not 9 is to 5 or 5 is to 9. So correct answer is option C. And some of you have given an incorrect answer. That is absolutely fine. It's good that you are trying and you must understand the mistake that you have committed. Okay. Okay, so Gaurav is asking, sir, I'm not taking CMAT, but will take CT. So yes, definitely Gaurav, because uh, the syllabus, the type of questions, the level of difficulty are pretty much similar in the examinations like TestNet, CMAT, and Maharashtra CT examination. So definitely these sessions are going to help you. Ritesh, you are asking CMAT level will remain same or may increase. I'm really sorry. I'm not the one who sets these papers. Okay, and frankly, they don't come to me for like for the advice on the level of difficulty. So I'm no one to comment on this. But definitely, like more or less, CMAT paper pattern or CMAT level of difficulty remains more or less similar as compared to the previous years. So in the last few years, we haven't seen much of a change when it comes to the level of difficulty. All right. So it can be like 10% increase ho jayega, 20% increase ho jayega, but more or less level of difficulty might remain same. All right. With this, let's move on to the next question. Now, huge data, you don't have to be bothered by looking at this data. You don't have to read each and everything. Okay, just read the statement of the question and do your calculations. So next question, let's see who will be the first person who will give an answer for this one. Yes, Pratiksha, definitely I'll be making a new strategy video for CMAT because the pattern has changed. Definitely. Okay. But first of all, we must focus on all these areas independently. And definitely in a few days, I'll be coming up with a strategic strategy video for attempting CMAT examination. Don't you worry about that. All right. So what is the answer for this question? Kush has given an answer. Good. Kush, you may cross check your answer and make sure people you are not using calculators to solve any of these questions. Okay. All right. Any other answer? Prateek and Kush have given same answers. Nice. Okay. So let's start solving this question. Now, number of boys and girls in hundreds in 6 different years in 5 different schools, data is given. What is the approximate percentage decrease? Again, here we have to find out the percentage decrease in the number of boys in school D. So basically, they're talking about school D in the year 2017. So number of boys in 2017 is 5.3 hundreds as compared to the previous year. So the value has decreased from 6.4 to 5.3. Okay, so that means there is a decrease of 1.1 over the initial value of 6.4. Okay, 1.1 over the initial value of 6.4. I can write it as 11 upon 64. Now, friends, have a look at how I basically use approximation techniques to get the answer for this one. Okay. Now, if instead of 11 upon 64, it would have been 11 upon 66, 11 upon 66. That is 1 upon 6. Now, 1 upon 6 as percentage is 16.66. Okay. So, instead of 64 in the denominator, I have used 66, right? If 66 is the denominator, then the answer will be 16.66. But the numerator is actually lower. So if the denominator is actually lower. So denominator is 64 instead of 66. So if I decrease the denominator, the value will increase. So the exact answer or the correct answer should be more than 16.66. I'll repeat this. As per calculations, we have to find out the percentage equivalent for 11 upon 64. Instead of 64, I am using 66. So if the fraction is 11 upon 66, that is 1 upon 6, then the correct answer is 16.66. But the actual denominator is lower than 66. So if the actual denominator is low, then the value will be higher. So the answer should be more than 16.66, and we have only one option in this case, which is more than 16.66. So you can safely mark 17% as your answer. Okay, so yes, Kush, the options were so far. That is why I could use this particular technique of approximations. So the question is easy. Every time the question is easy, but just by changing the options, I can make the question look difficult. So instead of these options, if I'll put the options as 17, 18, 16, and 14. So options are closer, then the level of difficulty may increase for all of you. But generally, what we see in CMAT examination, the options to be very far apart and options to be very supportive to us. Okay. All right. Now, friends, before we'll move on to the next question, I want all of you to please press the like button. Please hit the like button if you are liking this session. So quickly do that. I'm waiting for all of you. So just for my motivation, please do hit the like button. comment in the comment section, share this session with your friends, and subscribe our channel, BYJU'S Exam Prep. Okay, so that you will not miss any of the notifications for the upcoming sessions which will be conducting for CMAT examination. All right, so let's continue this session with the next question. So again, huge amount of data, but the question is very easy. It will take not more than 45 seconds if you will quickly add some of the numbers. So I'll wait for all of you for a minute and then I'll start with the solution of this one. Come on, let's see how many of you are quick enough to add a few numbers. Now here we have to find the topper of the class. Definitely the topper of the class will be the one who will score maximum number of marks. Okay, so the first three lines were definitely not useful. Okay, you just need to find out among these four options which are given, who has scored the maximum number of marks. All right, so let's see if all of you can help me with the additions. Now I'll be looking at only these four options. So who among these four options is the topper? Now Maya, so can you please help me with the total score of Maya? Meanwhile, I'm adding this. So 90 and 50 is 140 and 9230 and 6290 and 7360 and 80. That is 440. So the sum for Maya is 440. Come on, people, respond, yaar. Okay, please now give me the sum of Arya as well. Come on, I want the sum total of Arya. So I'm adding this slowly. 180, 180. Now what I do is I'll consider this number as either 80 or 90 and then later on do the adjustment. Okay, this is how you can add all these numbers quickly. So 180, 180, then 260, I'm considering this as 80. So 260, then 320, then 400, and then 470, and then 478. So this value will be 478. Now what is the sum of Rupesh? 80 and 50, 130, 130 and 80, that is 210. Now I'll balance this 10. So 220, 220 and 100, I'm considering this value as 100. 320, 370, 370 and 90, that is 460. All right, now subtract 5 because I considered this as 100, so it will be 455. So Rupesh is 455. I hope I am doing the correct calculations. Yes. Now last, who is this? Ria. 90 and 70, 160, 160 and 70, 230, 300, 390 and 460, 465. So this value will be 465. Okay, now hardly to add these numbers you will take 10 seconds for each of them. So 10, 10, 10, 10, 40 to 45 seconds you will be able to mark a correct answer for this question. So the topper of the class will be Arya, who has scored 478 marks. All right, the question was pretty easy. With this, let's move on to the next question. Now, next question, again, one of the easiest questions that you will find on percentages. So let's see how many of you will be able to get an answer for this one. The total volume of soaps sold is 680. So the total is given. Okay, so I'm starting getting the answers. Ritesh, Kush, and Sweetie. Nice, good. Three of you have been consistent in responding. Come on, other people also. There are plenty of students right now in this lecture. So I want each and every one of you to participate and give me an answer for these questions. So sum is given 680, the total. The volume of Lux sold is 136 lakhs. So Lux is 136 lakhs out of 680. Now 10% of 680 is 68. If I'll multiply it by 2 on both sides, so this will become 20%. 68 into 2 is 136. So 136, that is the contribution or the volume of Lux represents 20%. So Lux will be 20%. Percentage of Lifebuoy is 30%. Keme is 10%. Lurel is 15. MS is 10%. All right. And we have to find out the market share of others. So just add all of them and subtract it from 100. You will get your answer. So 30 and 10, 40 and 10, 50, 65 and 20, 85. So 85 is represented by these 5. So others will be 100 minus 85. That is 15%. Such an easy question it was. So yes, all of you have given a correct answer. Gaurav, Pratiksha as well. Okay, great. So let's move ahead and look at the next one. Now this is a very tricky question, I must say. So let's see how many of you are able to get me a correct answer for this one. It's a little tricky. It's very easy to mark an incorrect answer in this question. But if you understand, it will not take more than 10 seconds to mark a correct answer in case you understand the logic behind this question. So Ritesh has given one answer. Now, Ritesh, I believe you have a perfect reason of marking the answer that you have given me. Pratik also says D. Okay, so Ritesh and Pratik. All right, let's see if your answer is correct or not. All right, so let's have a look at it. Below given is the table showing age-wise ownership of mobiles. So if I'll talk about LG, 15% of the sets are up to 1 year old, 45% are 1 to 2 year old, 40% of the sets are 2 to 3 year old. Okay, so out of the total, understand this thing, out of the total sets of LG which are sold, 15% are up to 1 year old, 45 are up to 1 or 2 year old, and 40% are 2 to 3 year old. If you'll add these percentages, they are adding up to 100 percentage. Okay, so out of the total LG sold, 15% up to 1 year, 45% 1 to 2 year, and 40% 2 to 3 year. All right. Similar thing for Samsung, Nokia, Sony, and Micromax. All right. Now, question says that if 1 crore mobiles were sold in the last year, that means they are saying that 1 crore mobile were sold in the last year. This sum is 1 crore. All right, this sum is given as 1 crore. So in last 1 year, 1 crore mobile phones were sold. How many LG sets were sold in the last year? Okay, so just to make you understand this thing, let's say that total LG sets sold were 100A, this was 100B, 100C, 100D, and 100E. In last 1 year, number of LG sets sold was 15A, that is 15% of 100A. This will become 5B, 10C, 25D, and 15E. Now 1 crore is given as the sum of these 5 numbers. Okay, and they are asking about the value of 15A, which cannot be determined on the basis of just this much information. Yes, अगर उन्होंने टोटल LG सेट्स कितना सेल हुआ है अभी तक वो दिया होता, if they would have given the total number of LG sets which are sold up till now, if they would have given that value, then we could have easily find out how many LG sets were sold in the last year. Okay, so basis this information, yes, we cannot find the answer. All right. No, Kush, more than 3-year-old missing is not missing because already the sum is 100%. So nothing is sold which is more than 3-year-old. All right, Kush. Fine. So your reason of marking the answer is different. I must say that it is incorrect. Okay. The reason that I have given is the correct reason. All right. Am I clear, Kush? All right. Now, friends, if you are liking this session, please do hit the like button quickly. So please, just to add up to my motivation, quickly hit the like button, share this session with your friends, and do subscribe to our channel. Come on. All right. Now let's move on to the next question with this. Okay. Again, a very easy question. Now, expenditures of a company per annum over the given years was as under. So different heads for expenditures are given over different years. All right. Now the question is, what is the average salary expenditure per annum during the given period? What is the average salary expenditure in this given period? Whatever is given in the table, we have to find for that period only. Anush, I don't understand. Keep the question up. Okay, yes, I will definitely do that, Anush. Okay, I'll take care of that. I'll take that suggestion from you. I'll also keep the question numbers from the next session. Okay, now what is the average salary expenditure? Now this is the salary for different years. You just need to add all of them and apply the formula of average. Now average is sum divided by the number of terms. Okay, so if you will add all these numbers, so what will be the sum? So let's quickly add them. 10 and 8, 18, 1, 16, 20, 27, 31, 3, 11, 14, 20, 26, 26, 33. So 3318 is the sum of these 5 terms. 3318 divided by 5 will be 6636 and decimal here. So 663.6 should be the answer. And yes, it is among the options. And the correct answer is option A. All right. So yes, again, this is one of the easiest question that you will find in this examination. Okay, right? So friends, that's all from my side for this session. I hope you would have liked this session. So if you have liked this session, please do press the like button, comment, share, and subscribe. And definitely, I promise you that I'll keep on coming again and again with some of these sessions like this. Also, in the future, we'll be conducting plenty of sessions on CMAT, the way we are conducting sessions on TestNet. All right. And I'll be coming up with a wonderful strategy based session, basically how to attempt CMAT examination or what strategy you should be using in order to prepare for CMAT examination. All right. Okay. Now, Kush, you don't understand the reason in the last question. Okay. So, Kush, I request you to go back and have a look at the reasoning once again. Okay. All right. Now, friend, since testnet examination is on 26th of February, so you can join us live on 26th February at 5 p.m. after the examination for the detailed exam analysis and question discussion of testnet 2022. All right. So we'll be talking about the expected cutoffs, the difficulty level, the exam pattern, and good number of attempts to secure a call from TIS. All right. So do join us on 26th February at 5 p.m. for live TISnet analysis. Also, the last lab to testnet is about to get over. So today it's the last session where I'll be discussing the importance of number series as well as letter series, and we'll be discussing some type of questions from the series at 7 p.m. So please do join me live today at 7 p.m. and we'll be discussing questions on number and letter series, right? Also, if you're looking to join a wonderful program for your GDPR preparation, so we have launched a batch for PI and VAT program. Okay, and you can see all the relevant details on your screen. Below number you can call to fetch some more details and to enroll for this program. Also, people who are looking to join for CAT 2022 batches, we have so many batches on the offering. One such batch is the details are mentioned on the screen. So you may have a look at these details and call at the number which is given at the bottom of your screen, right? All right, so friends, that's all from my side. You can join us on Instagram. Please do subscribe and press the bell icon on YouTube, so that you will not miss any of the notification from our side. Do like us on Facebook, join our Telegram channel where you'll be able to interact with the mentors of BYJU'S exam prep live on a video conferencing. So yes, every week we conduct one such session where the students can interact live with the faculty member, where they can ask any of their queries. Okay, so for that you'll have to join our Telegram channel. That's all, friends, from my side. Have a good day. We'll see you in the next session. Bye bye.